Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, I brought my Q&A to my YouTube channel because I need more subscribers over here. And plus, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook don't like when you talk too long. They got a short attention span. So anywho, I have asked people to ask me some questions. I supposed to been did this, so I apologize, but I figured it's the perfect time since a bunch of my videos is picking up views, and getting kind of, getting out there, and everybody asking these questions. And I never really shared my story. If you've been following me since I got on the platform and start posting about my car accident, then bits in here and there, but I never really just, so I feel like asking you guys to ask me what y'all want to know is better. So the first question, I have 11 questions. Oh, actually, I have more. Somebody just added another one. Okay, well, I have a couple questions, and I'll try to make this quick and simple because I know you guys a little ADHD like me. So what happened to me? I was in a car accident, of course, February 2023. And the second question asked, was I driving? No, I was not driving. I always say I should have drove because I've been in Ohio since 2017, and I've been up and down that highway forever, and just don't get too comfortable, is all I can say. Am I single? If y'all watch my social media page, and if you know me, I am not single. I'm my kid's dad. I've been my kid's dad since 2015. We broke up twice, one time for a year, and one time in 2022. That's how I ended up with my ex-boyfriend. And that's another story for another day. Oh, shoot, I messed up my thing. 1 second. Okay. Question 3. No, 4. What happened to my daughter? And people always ask me this when I post my daughter on my platforms, and just, because she's always in my mind, and she always had my phone, so I post her a lot. And my daughter, unfortunately, my daughter was in the car with me, my kids, and my ex, and my sister, and my daughter was DOA. Her and my sister and my 2-year-old my whatever he is to me. Not whatever, I don't want to say like that, but my ex-boyfriend son. I love that little boy to death, so I ain't gonna say whatever he is to me. At the time, he was my stepson, but I don't like to claim him as my stepson because me and his dad not together no more. We haven't been together since 2024. 2023. He broke up with me Thanksgiving of 2023. So yeah. Will I ever walk again? I feel like that is one of the questions that people always ask when they find out that you have a spinal cord injury. Will you ever walk again? And honestly, I'm not fixed on walking. Yes, I would love to walk so I can be able to run and feel my feet touch the grass, and chase my kids and do things I was able to do that I can't do now. But I can't say I will be able to walk again. That's up to God. But I do have an incomplete injury, which means that my spine is not split in half. It was whatever. It's an incomplete. It's not a complete injury. So I've seen people who have been worse than me in walking. I've seen people who's less and not. So the spine is just a crazy thing. You don't know, and it's all up to God. But I always say you gotta crawl before you walk. So right now my goal is to get stronger and get better, because no, I'm not gonna just get up and want to walk up right now. It ain't gonna just magically happen. I gotta put some put some work to it. And then they say, who takes care of me? So I have a home health. I have a home health waiver, of course, because I'm total care, because I'm paralyzed chest down. I have a nurse that comes 2 times a day, which is usually to get me up in the morning and put me back in bed with my boyfriend or whoever my aide is at the time. But majority of the time, my kid's dad take care of me. That's a good man, Savannah. Okay, why all my kids' names start with A? This is so funny because I've been made this list. I just never got to it, so it's like reading them for the first time again. So how many kids do I have? I have 6 kids. Biologically, I have 5. My youngest daughter I did not give her life, but life gifted her to me, is what I like to say. Me and her dad had broke up for a whole year. like I told y'all earlier, and when we got back together, he had a baby. Like she was like a fresh born baby. No, I literally came down there. No. See, I'm gonna get sidetracked, but I feel like I should know the tea. Okay, forget it. So when we had broke up for a year or whatever, I was dating this guy named Tyler up here in Ohio, and he was doing what he was doing clearly, which I didn't care. I moved away. I moved pretty away from his ass. Okay, I don't know how he came back. I don't know. It happened. Okay, but yeah, I moved to get away from him, and we went through like a whole custody battle, situationship, and then I was coming down. I know like I came down, like I said, up and down all the time. And one of the times I came down to bring him our baby. Omar was literally a baby at the time. He told me, I knew he had a baby on the way because, not where I'm from, they're messy. So like I knew, and his baby mama and my family is kind of cordial. So that whatever the case may be. So I knew about the baby or whatever, but I didn't care because I was with a whole nother guy and a whole nother 4 hours away. But one time I came down there and to take our son, and this when his baby mama ended up going in labor, and I had to go get my son from him, and I took him to the hospital, and and the baby was born, and he sent me pictures, and I was like, she don't even look like you. Well, she didn't at first, but I was like kind of in my feelings, and I was like, she don't look like you, because our son came out with his whole face, but baby, that's his child, just like him. It didn't take long. She was like her mama too, but we ended up the next day, like after she was in there. I don't know what all went on, but I know he was like, I gotta go. He wanted his family back. He wanted to be with his family. So, yeah. But anyway, do I still have sex? I feel like that's another question that people always ask because they think that people who's paralyzed or in wheelchair do not have sex. And I'm here to tell you that is like one of the biggest lies. Like, we probably the freakiest motherfuckers in the world if you want to ask me. But yes, I do have sex. Not as much as I used to, because I'm always with the kids and their dad we're always busy, but when we do have time, we do. Okay. Don't I have a catheter? Yeah, I have a super puke catheter, which is it goes through my pubic area straight to my bladder, not in my urethra. And that's so funny because that's the question right after the sex question. So they're probably like, if she do have sex, how she's having it? Which is crazy because, y'all, most women do not realize we have 3 holes, okay? We have the butthole, we have the vagina, and then we have the urethra. And it's crazy because when I had got surgery on my urethra because it was damaged from always getting Foley's in and stuff after having all the kids, and then what I needed for when after the car accident. So I had to get the super puke catheter until I had my surgery. And I remember when I was talking about it in the nursing home, and one of the aides was like, how are you going to have sex? And I'm like, what are you, because they was talking about sewing my urethra up. And I'm like, what do you mean, how do I have sex? And she's like, if they're going to sew your urethra, how are you going to have sex? And I'm like, don't you got a child? Like, that's crazy. But anyway, okay, so next question. Since you're paralyzed and can't feel anything, can you feel the dick? Oh, yes, I can feel it. I'm not as sensitive as I used to be, okay? I will say that. I used to cut a little too flicks, baby, and now it takes a while, and I feel more penetration than anything. And yet, okay, not orgasm. Yes, baby. The first time I didn't, but like the second time I had sex after my spinal cord injury, when I got home and stuff, like, amazing. Can I feel when I have to go to the bathroom? I have spasms. I can say that. That's what y'all call me. I do have spasms. And usually when I'm having spasms, I know that I'm either, a little gassy or whatever, but I actually have I have a colostomy bag, and I also have a super puke catheter. So I don't have to, only thing I have to do is clean out my bag. And I don't empty it. I just switch my bags because I feel like that's why people be thinking they stink, because some people will empty it when they get full. No, baby, I'm gonna take it off, do a good clean, and you won't have a new one on there, okay? Some people that have spinal cord injuries, they use something called a bowel program, where like they use stuff to put, like, you know, to help that stimulate that area, and then they know when they poop, or they know when and where they're gonna poop, and like it just, you know, like just controlling that. I honestly, I don't think I could do all that, because first of all, I'm big tons of fun. All this ass and hips I got, and then I didn't really get a chance to do that because I had stage 4 wounds from being on ECMO in a coma for 4 months. Every time they try to switch me or move me, I would I would decline. So by the time it was either it would save my life or save my ass, and I'm glad they chose my life. Oh, I lost my other questions. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. How many kids do I have? Can I feel it? How do I use the bathroom? Yeah. So that's pretty much. I guess it seems like that's all that's left. You don't want to ask me anything else? Thank you guys for watching it. If you have any more questions that I didn't go over with, let me know, and I'll be glad to answer you guys' questions. Stay tuned. Can y'all please like and subscribe and share my video, because I could be on here begging you guys for money, okay, to help me feed me and all these 6 kids, but I'd rather just get out the mud, okay? So just share, like, and subscribe. Follow me on all my platforms. My name should be Unique Will Life. I think I changed it on YouTube. I'm not sure. I'll find out once I upload this video. But I love you guys. Bye.